Alrighty, good evening ladies and gentlemen, this is Harry Buppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters. Got an awesome TvT for you guys today on, I think this is an old map, but I just noticed this map is like in HD or something like that. Like it's actually not a square, it's a rectangle sort of thing. And I just noticed it loading up and I'm like, wow, it's one of those, you know how you see the HD movies with the bars above and below and stuff like that, and even though it takes up less of your screen, it seems like it's more awesome because it's got that HD widescreen. That's the word I'm looking for. It's widescreen, not HD. HD is resolution, widescreen is aspect ratio, but regardless, it is awesome, and welcome to the game. It's going to be a TvT up the top left side of the map, starting with Polt up the top left side of the map. He is 25 years of age, plays for South Korea, and is sponsored by CM Storm. And he is freaking awesome. And down the bottom right side of the map, did I say top right or top left? Whatever. I may have said bottom right, but Illusion is down the bottom right side of the map. He is 18 years of age from the United States, plays for Root Gaming, and we have not cast a single game from him thus far, but hoping that he's going to be a pretty awesome player, because you'd have to be pretty awesome to have any sort of a chance against Polt, because Polt is definitely the master of awesome. Traps the SCV on the wrong side. He was trying to get out. You should have let him get out. It's not like they can only pass the information once they get back to base. He's already sent off the information, so might as well let him go. Or maybe the first Reaper out is going to be shooting him in the face, which would be good. There we go. Reaper comes out, shooting this guy, and here we go. Does manage to get a couple of hits off in the NG bay. Yeah, I don't know what the point of that was, trying to make sure he didn't escape, but maybe he thought there were other SCVs trying to get in. Here we go, double marine coming out. They're going to be ready for the Reaper, and actually Illusion building his own Reaper. He decided that the only way to kill a Reaper is with another Reaper, which could be some fairly smart advice. Here we go, Reaper running in. Oh, he paused for a sec. Actually trying to do something to these guys. Reaper's not too bad at killing these guys. Not too bad, but you're going to have a bit more numbers. This guy is going to be falling back with almost no health. And Illusion with his own Reaper is going to be setting off across the field. The other Reaper comes in to engage, to intercept these two Marines. Does do a pretty good job, but does get smacked. And it looks like Illusion is building a second base, but not putting it quite out there. So, oh man, this worker is not long for the world right there. Does get taken out. Very, very nice timing on that Reaper. And now he's going to be attacking this. Not going to be able to do too much damage. However, the two Marines will be able to do a bit more. And two freshly squeezed Marines do come out. And yeah, they're doing alright with the extra SCVs. Should be able to do okay. There's just this one Marine up the back. Does kill the other Marine. And now it's just Marine, two SCVs versus a Reaper. The Reaper will be getting the hell out of there. Oh, actually so close, and does get destroyed. It's like the jets blew up on his back and just sort of just face smashed him into the ground. Unfortunate, but he did kill an SCV. He killed a few SCVs actually, because there were SCVs chasing him, so he did kill a couple of those. Very, very nice. And Illusion saying, you know what, you can do your Reaper thing. I'll just do Reapers straight back at you. And what the hell do we have going on here? We do have a starport. Looks like it's going to be general run-of-the-mill sort of stuff like medevac play. This, however, this is a starport which is designed for one thing, and that one thing is Banshees. So Banshees coming out for Illusion on top of the Hellion Harass. Now we've got our Hellions playing 2 for 2 in the middle of the map. So both players know the game plan, and they're both following it, except for Mr. Polt, who's not following the Banshee portion of the plan. And yes. We'll see what he's going to do though. He might be pumping out, I don't know man, early medevac is kind of only useful if you're doing stuff like Widow Mine drops or something like that. Unless he's going straight for early protection with his Marines, just going for a ton of early Marines. Got to see how that goes. So yeah, he's got his base out a bit earlier than Illusion, and it's not actually showing in the worker numbers because of course he did lose more workers than Illusion did. Here we go, shooting off 6 Marines. We'll see if he can penetrate the rear defenses right here. If he drops them out here, he can kill quite a few workers and get out of there. He's going to use a diversionary attack with the Hellions right here, or maybe he's just going to attack the front gate with everything. Not sure, but there we go. The Hellions moving out, not seeing a third base, which is what is expected. So he's going to drop over here. I see he's going to drop the Marines off, and then he's going to jump the Hellions into the medevac and drop them off as well. It's going to take a little bit of time. And yes, Illusion has no idea what's going on. So he should be able to get away with it, dropping them down. And Hellions in the mineral line is going to be, come back, get in there. There we go. Those Hellions are a little bit skittish. They've never ridden in a medevac before, and it's their first opportunity. So here we go, the Hellions coming in. Oh, workers are going to die, and the Marines and the medevac are going to be heading the rest of the forces off, maybe. There we go, the Hellions doing so much worker damage. Hellions coming around, but they're having a little bit of trouble getting in range, having to squeeze between Illusion's own buildings. Finally taking care of all of those Marines there. A Viking has come out. The medevac is going to be getting the hell out of there. Barely survives. But what did we end up losing? My God. I didn't think the Hellions were that effective, but the numbers say it all. We are 14 under 3. Income-wise, oh, I'm losing track of my tabs. Polt now has a sizable advantage, 38 over 31. Looking very, very sweet. He did lose most of his forces there, so he's actually behind on the army, but I think that was definitely a very, very, very good attack. And it's a shame that the Marines really didn't do too much. They really didn't do too much. He should have run. I thought he was going to run them down here, head off the workers and start killing them, but he just put the Marines over there and started, I don't know, started to shoot the reactors in the tech lab and ended up shooting Hellions, which is not the best use of Marines, man. Look at this. This guy has an escort right now. He's like, I'm not going back out on the field unless you get me a damn escort. So he's got an escort now, and we will see if that helps any, because yeah, Illusion does have 2 Vikings, but 2 versus 2, kind of the same. He's got a supply depot out, but it's not scouting this little bit right here. So we will have to see how it goes. I'm pretty sure that Illusion should be able to spot this with the supply depot, but you never know. There he goes, going to be shooting on in, dropping down. Illusion though is there, he's pulling back, and the Marines going nuts on the supply depot. How dare you scout our drop? Getting the hell out of there. The Vikings coming in, the Raven coming out. The point defense drone, that's not going to be good news for those Vikings. They're going to be running out, and he does manage to lift up most of his forces and get the hell out of there. So a bit of an ill-fated drop there, but still he just did destroy that supply depot, and you know what, at the end of the day, it's better than nothing. So here we go, starting, oh man, Illusion has blue flame. You can tell that because of the little blue flame on the end of these little guys' flames things. And or does it? No, I don't think he does. Actually, because he hasn't got it researched. So I don't know. Maybe that blue flame is just always there, and we've just never noticed it. But anyway, look at we've got 4 tanks, 15 Hellions. It looks like Polt is going for Marine tank for the most part, but Illusion is going full mech by the looks of it. So yeah, very nice. You can see 2 factories building tanks versus only 1 for Polt. So Polt definitely going for Marine tank, and Illusion going for full mech, and that is going to be quite a sensational sort of play. Of course, the answer is going to be, at least in the short term, for Polt to just up his marauder count, go for a ton of marauders, and they're just going to absolutely wipe out the Hellions of Illusion's army. We'll see how that goes. Here he goes. He's got a nice play. He just saw the army very nice out there. The Hellions come around. The tank sieging up. Polt might want to pull back a little bit here, but no, he's going to be running in here. He's going to take tons of damage from the tanks. The front 2 are going to get taken down, but the one at the back is going to have a beautiful time shooting crap. And these guys are going to, I don't know, man. It's 4 tanks, but they're starting to get low on health. The back tank has unsieged. It is giving chase right there. Hellions going to be attacking. 2 tanks have gone down. The 3rd one about to go down. Hellions slowly have done quite a bit of damage there, and Illusion quite victorious. So Polt choosing to move in, but he overestimated how well the tanks would do against the Hellions. Tanks do very well against Hellions. When there are that many Hellions in there, I mean, stuff is going to die sooner or later, and now Polt, with very, very little tanks on the field, only producing 1 tank at a time, because of course he was going for triple M for the most part, and now he finds himself sieged in his own base. Illusion with a Banshee out the front, that's going to be great for sniping tanks, but does eventually get taken out by Marines. Now Polt pulling out, not sieging up his tanks, which is a bit of a mistake because the other tanks are in range at the moment. But he is going to be doing a fair bit of damage, and look at these guys not sieged up, taking so much damage from the siege tanks are going to go down. And there we go, so he's going to clear the air for now, but the ground is still held to Illusion, And Illusion is doing so much with so little right here, and we will just have to see what this comes out for in the rest of the game, because Illusion's done a great job destroying a lot without using a crap ton of units. He's actually sending a ton of workers. I think these must be repairs. I don't think it's I think it's a little bit early in the game for him to be sacking workers, but there he goes. Oh, beautiful scan from Illusion, but he's not scanning over here. This is such an easy win right there if he decided to scan over, but he has not in his wildest dreams would Polt be expanding to a third base after he just got smashed in the face by Illusion. So not expecting that third base, and that is going to be his loss right there, because that was so going to go down if he went over and started hitting it, but did not. Unfortunately, Illusion is building his own third base now, but quite severely behind Polt. And Illusion has got a little bit higher, and quite a few workers did go down during that engagement, which gave Illusion quite a boost. But with this early third base coming out for Polt, he is going to be taking the lead quite severely very, very, very shortly. And whether he can turn out an army with this economic lead that can actually stand against this full mech army of Illusion, I don't know, but he should be okay. I mean, a bit more Marauders. There we go. Producing 3 Marauders at a time is going to be good. Marauders still don't face that good versus tanks, because of course tanks do bonus damage to armored, and Marauders are all armored units. But if you drops them on top of the siege tank line, it's going to be phenomenal. Just a whole bunch of drops right in the tank line. Going to be beautiful. And of course, Hellions are pretty crap at destroying Marauders. So once the Marauders clean up the tanks, the Hellions are basically just dead. And it's going to come down to, well, Thors are definitely going to help. Thors are very good close range, taking care of Marauders. They do a very, very good job. They do an even better job at taking care of Marines. So they are going to be a very, very solid addition to Illusion's line. And he's building 2 of them at once. So really going nuts on the macro. And here we go, 63 over 55. Polt pulling ahead on the macro side. He's doing a great job, but I still don't know how he is going to do against this play from Mr. Illusion, this full mech play, because we've never really seen full marine tank sort of combination play against mech play. Or if I have, then I simply can't remember it, because my memory is absolutely horrendous. But we do have a lot of nice stuff going on. He's got 1-1 getting 2-2 and actually vehicle armor, which is going to help quite a bit on the medevacs. Here we go, the Marauders getting stuck into play. They're doing a pretty good job, but Hellions just have the numbers here. He's actually going to be scaring them away. This is how good Marauders are against Hellions, man. They are so freaking good. It's not even funny, man. Hellions just absolutely abysmal against those Marauders. So you really need the heavy firepower of the tanks and the Thors to really do anything versus the Marauders. But upgrades wise, Illusion, man, considering he's going full mech, he hasn't got much. He's only just got 1 weapons. Getting 2 weapons now, should really be getting out armor as well, maybe, I don't know. I mean, going full mech, you're just getting 1 type of unit. Upgrades affect all of them, so you might as well get all the upgrades. Yeah, because you only have to get 2, but choosing not to. A couple of Marauders just waiting out there. Going around, Hellion spots it. Very nice Hellion placement right there. And now Mr. Illusion is going to fall back. Oh, the medevac seeing the tank line is like, yeah, we're not going to be landing on top of those guys. That's a bad mistake. This is looking dodgy. Yeah, get out of there. That's a good idea. Oh, another 3 medevacs coming in here. These guys are not going to be running. They're going to be dropping all over the place. A bunch of Marauders coming in. Lots of air support over here. These medevacs do not stand a chance, but ground-wise, the Marauders are going to be in a very, very good position. They've got to worry about this tank, which is just set up down there, and that is not going to be good news, but killing a fair amount of workers and eventually getting chased down by the Hellions. They're going to try and hold their own, but of course, they are going to go down versus that many Hellions. So very, very unfortunate there, and we do have a fusion core coming down. So Polt has chucked away the manual completely. There is nowhere in the standard TvT manual that says battle cruisers are required. There hasn't even been thought of in the standard TvT manual, but he's decided that he is going to be going for them, and we will see what Illusion can do about that. I mean, he's got Vikings. He can build more of them, so I don't see the battle cruisers are really going to be a thing here. I mean, they're going to be good against pretty much everything else. I mean, Thors, if if they switch into their single target, they do okay versus battle cruisers, but not nearly as good as Vikings. So it's going to come down to the Vikings to be able to really do something about the battle cruisers. And that's, of course, if he even decides to build battle cruisers. He's built a fusion core. We have not seen battle cruisers coming out yet, but he is still building a Stargate. So we will see. He's starting to get some air tech as well. We saw a couple of Banshees coming out, which is good, but I don't know if it's really going to work for him, because right now he's got the air superiority, but only by a little bit. And you got to remember, with Illusion going full mech, he's got the natural advantage of the Vikings having way more attack and way more defense than Polt's, because Polt has got 1, he's got 2 on the way. Illusion's already got 2 attack. Here we go. It's the scan of the century right here. The Vikings getting into range, trying to see what's happening. Got another attack going over here. Very, very nice from Polt. Could shut these tanks down very easily. A lot of Marauders. These could absolutely own this army. Looks like he's going for it. Reinforcements coming down. These guys might hold their own for a little while. Taking out the tanks. Really, really nice play. And he chooses to move the rest of his army in. These tanks undefended for a little bit while Illusion tried to go down to sort of defend this other army, and a massive, massive victory for Polt there. You saw he had his secondary army down here, taking out the stragglers, taking out the reinforcements. Illusion made the mistake of taking his buffer zone away from this main army, trying to help out down the bottom. Polt saw that. He went in. He went in hard with the other army, took out all the tanks. You cannot leave your tanks undefended, even for the smallest amount of time, because that's what happens. And it's just, I mean, Polt probably would have sandwiched him regardless, but it would have been a little bit harder for him if Illusion had kept the other forces there. But regardless, I think Polt was going to sandwich him. So there we go. Great, great job. And Illusion suddenly just knocked back. And now we've got Polt getting a 4th base, getting 2 more command centers just for the hell of it, and getting battle cruisers. So he feels safe enough to go for the big guns, and we will see if they actually make a difference in this battle. I have a feeling that Thors and Vikings are just going to focus them down, and they're not really going to do too much. But you know what? I mean, Polt is an expert player, so he's obviously got a plan. Maybe he's going to research Yamato cannons or something. He's already got Yamato cannons, and they are great at sniping units. Like, you just get in there, snap off a Yamato, suddenly the tanks are all dead. Like, boom, 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 boom. You go in from the side, you snipe 5 tanks in 2 seconds. It really is just phenomenally insane. There we go. Planetary for this guy. Orbital for this guy. This is probably going to be a planetary as well. It's got places all over the place. Continuing to build more command centers, just absolutely going nuts. And Illusion, sitting on 3 bases, does not know the world of hurt, which he is about to have descended on him right now, because battle cruisers aside, Polt has got an insane amount of macros, 62 over 49. He's got more bases. He's got 5 mining bases at the moment, if we include the ones that have run out of minerals, whereas Illusion only has 3. Hellions coming in with their blue flames, and the planetary is going to be shooting them in the ass. Here we go, moving in the battle cruisers, moving on in. See what he starts to Yamato cannon right here. Just going to be taking the Thor down for now. The Vikings starting to come in, but the battle cruisers shooting at the Vikings with the Yamato cannons. And here we go, Thor's with the single target attack, doing a fairly good job at knocking down the battle cruisers' health. So the battle cruisers not doing that well by themselves. They are doing quite a bit of damage. Everything has gone down, so battle cruisers not overwhelmingly good, but still managing to take it out in the end. And yeah, Illusion just like, you know what, I was not expecting that, and he went down. So very unfortunate. And I mean, the battle cruisers, when you're talking mass long-term games, eventually you just build a crap ton of Vikings and you just take them out. But if you have surprise on your side, the battle cruisers are so big, so huge. You really need like 3 or 4 Vikings per battle cruiser. So it's something that once you know there's battle cruisers on the field, you have to build a crap load of stuff. But once you've got a crap load of stuff, battle cruisers aren't a threat. They're not a threat once you know they're coming and have prepared for them. If you haven't prepared for them, and they surprise you, then they own everything. They own everything unless you've got the counter. Once you've got the counter, they get owned so easily. So they are very big until they get countered, where they're just crap. It's like Marines. I mean, Marines, they're very, very good. Most of the time when you counter them, they start to be less good, but they're still effective. Even when they're countered, they can still be effective. Battle cruisers, once they're solidly countered, once you got 3 or 4 Vikings per battle cruiser, they are basically useless. Not completely useless, but in an open field engagement sort of play, the Vikings hit them from the side, they go down. And that's it, man. They're not worth building. They're not worth the titanic cost they actually cost, because Vikings take them out so easily. But there we go. Illusion had no idea they were coming, and they just owned everything. And that's the way it's supposed to work. So great job there from Mr. Polt, bringing out the surprise BCs. And look at the amount of bases he's got, man. Just went absolutely nuts for no reason at all. But I mean, he wasn't going to have to worry about his economy for quite some time. So there we go. Beautiful game. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you enjoyed this game. So stay tuned for another one.